into this turkey season, I kind of had an itch to get after some birds with my bow, and I had found out that Nebraska's turkey season opened on the 25th of March, which would be their archery season, and I had a lead on some public land birds, so I texted my good friend Talon and I said, "Hey, you want to go film some Nebraska birds?" And he said, "Heck yeah, let's get after it." So a week went by, and Friday after work, Talon and I headed over to Nebraska to roost some birds.
Talon and I are headed to Nebraska. The season just opened the 25th, and we're headed out to hopefully get a first weekend bird. And I'm taking my bow since it's just archery season, and we're gonna get at it and hit the road.
So first thing in the morning, when Talon and I finally got set up, got the decoys out in front and settled into the blind, we kind of got discouraged after a little while because we thought they'd be gobbling, but they weren't. But a couple minutes later, they just started to fire off, and we were scared to move. That they were so close and there were so many of them. Everybody knows how good a turkey's eyesight is, and we were just scared to move, so we were just kind of just sitting still, and we were sitting there wide-eyed, and we were just hoping that one would fly down right into our spread.
Yes, but they were headed this way, for sure.
So about the time the birds decided to fly down, we noticed that they were still in their winter patterns, flocked up, and they're just kind of doing turkey things. They were gobbling and such, but they just did not want to come to the calls. But finally, after a couple hours, we finally had one moving right into the decoys.
Getting excited. Stop them. Ready? Oh my gosh.
He didn't seem so sure of what was going on, but he came into range, and I don't know what happened, but I shot right under him. Next morning came around, and we decided to scooch the blind a little bit closer to the turkeys to see if we could see them, fly down, and they'd land even closer to us. So. When we did that, it was just insane, the amount of gobbles that we heard, and I don't know, a couple hours came by, and we finally got 2 easterns to kind of start moving our way. And After the mist, the birds finally worked away, and we packed up and we started to make our way out of the woods. So I was very discouraged, and Talon, being the friend he is, he said, you know what, let's try to shoot something. So we grabbed a leaf. It was a big leaf, and he's put it on the ground, and he said, let's get about 30 yards away and let's shoot it. So I stepped about 30 yards away from the leaf, and boom, I smoked it. So right away I knew that it was user error and it was not my equipment. So it was a big confidence builder for me. And right after that I knew that the next turkey that came in was going to be dead. So Talon and I got out of there, and we went and got some lunch and came back about 2 o'clock, and we decided that we were going to get in between where the birds had went and their roosts. And you know how an evening hunt goes. You don't really call them in. It's kind of like deer hunting almost. You just kind of sit there and wait for them.
All right, guys, it is the last sit in Nebraska. It is currently, it is 1:37 in the afternoon, and we're gonna sit till dark, or at least till I kill one. So hopefully the birds come back through here. This morning they followed this old creek all the way, an old dried up creek. They followed it all the way to the river and flew across, and hopefully they just milled around all day, and they'll come back. Hopefully nobody else killed any. So
We got set up, and it felt like forever. We sat there for about 4 hours, and sure enough, I looked out the window and there was the hen moving, and I looked at Talon and said, hey, there's a turkey right outside my window. And he peeked out the window, just kind of looked around me and said, don't move. There's 2 toms strutting right by us. So me being me, I kind of moved a little bit to where I could see him, and I decided that I was going to reach for my bow, and they got to about 10 yards, full strut, and I pulled up my bow, drew back real slow, and turkeys being turkeys, they did see me, and they were getting ready to move off. So I let one rip, and it kind of glanced off the turkey's neck. So here I am again, frustrated, thinking that I messed up. And we watched turkeys move off to the bluff, and we watched one fly down the bluff from the other turkeys. So we knew that something wasn't right. So fast forward, we were tracking the turkey, and we're making our way, and we, I guess not we, Talon, he said, hey, look under here. And there my bird laid. So the bird that had flew down was actually my bird, and it was getting under some brush and had actually died.
Oh. No, dude, come on, grab your arrow. Huh? Come on. Oh my gosh, dude. Come on.
where's my arrow at?
I don't, right behind you.
Oh my, dude.
Oh my gosh. Dude. Did you? I'm doing watch out, be careful. Oh my gosh, careful.
I can't thank you enough for sticking through with me.
Dude. We almost climbed up a freaking mountain.
This ain't no spurs.
Look at the deer on there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude, that's awesome. That's incredible.
all in all, I learned a lot from this trip. Just because something happens to get you down, that does not mean that you need to give up. You know, you need to, in my shoes, shoot your bow. I shot out a leaf and bam, I got my confidence back up. So do not give up. You know, it's not always your equipment either. It can be you. In this case, it was me. So, get that confidence built up and get back out there.